This is the CheckDown. No fluff. No filters. Just football.
Yo, welcome to another episode of the CheckDown. I'm your host, Smitty, and I'm here with my great crew, man, the CheckDown crew, man. What's good, sir?
I can't call it, brother. Ready to talk a little ball? What's up with you?
What's good, Drew? Man, I'm all right. You know, it's a few Eagle fans crashing out. They losing their mind. You know what I mean? They doing a little bit of everything. But me personally, I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. What's good, Dre?
What's good, man? I'm feeling great, man. And them dirty rat birds no longer in the playoffs.
You're welcome.
Too bad you didn't make it. You know,
sir, I don't know if you knew, but the 49ers are considered Germany's team. Just in case you didn't know. Y'all are Germany's team.
Hey,
anybody that don't know, the stadium,
Levi
Stadium.
Okay.
Well, look, Levi Stadium, Levi jeans was invented by a German. You actually not too far away from it. The museum and the house where you grew up. So y'all Germany's team. So even when I'm hating on y'all, I still get to claim y'all.
See,
That is fucking
nasty.
Listen, Haagen-Dazs. I'm not sure what the word is, but yeah, something like that.
He says, "Oh, that's crazy." No, man. I mean, it's good to get out the division. I mean, look, the wild card round, man. But I ain't seen this in a while.
Oh,
man.
Yeah. Great for you. Great for you guys that got out of the wild card round.
I mean, you just won a Super Bowl last year, but you can't be that mad about it.
No, I'm really not.
They wanted that repeat. They really wanted.
No,
that. And I get it.
Hey, look, hold on.
I get it.
Check that with me for years. Even after winning, y'all never heard me say anything about repeat.
That's
I mean,
true,
but your fan base
once they hired Kevin Patullo, repeat was out the window for me, my brother.
And I'm not even
Super
mad.
Bowl is out the window for you going forward because the Jackson Dart Harbaugh era is about to start in New York.
This nigga started early.
The best quarterback in NFC East resides in New York. Is Jackson Dart.
We're not even 3 minutes into the podcast, and
he might need a Guardian cap. You talk about the best.
Hey man,
he might need a Guardian
New Jack
cap.
City, man. It's New Jack City around here.
Hey, JMIK, he might be the first quarterback we see with a Guardian cap on.
That'd be crazy.
Oh shit.
Hey man.
What's good, Pop? How you feeling?
He need a Guardian cap.
I'm
at least
chilling.
throw the
Glad
football,
to be
unlike
back
somebody else I know.
Glad to be back with the people. I had a successful 4-day hate watch. It was very successful for me.
Yeah.
From Friday to Monday. Yes.
But we got a few topics today, man. First topic on the show, man. Did the Jaguars make the right call going forward on 4th and 2? Was it justified?
I mean, if you look back on it, because they were unsuccessful, you can say it was the wrong call. In real time watching the game, I did say I would go for it. Now, what I wouldn't do is try to have Trevor Lawrence pick it up with his legs, especially not against that Bills defense who couldn't stop me running the football. What are we doing? That's the one thing I hate about that Jaguars offense. I feel like they get too cute. They get too cute at times. They don't just go out there and get the easy yards. They try to do too much.
Cohen, though. Like, I watched him that entire year with Tampa Bay, and one thing he tended to do was get away from what was working and want to do, like you said, Dre, get too cute with the offense, and it's just like, bro, just pound the rock. If running the ball has been working for you, do it. But you want to do all of this fancy stuff, this dress up stuff, and it's just like, bro, just stick to what y'all do best.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a proponent. I'm just a proponent of trying to win football games, and I get it. Like some people say, "Oh, just take the points." I feel like in the playoffs, you got to play to win, and going for it in that situation to me is playing to win. The play call, like I said, was terrible in my opinion, but I do not have a problem with the decision for them to go for it on 4th and 2.
So for me, I'm gonna say I do have a problem with that. Like you all right, you coming in, you trying to settle down Trevor. It's a lot of pressure on him. We're finally getting away from that generational label that he was unfairly anointed to. But like as a head coach, man, like you have to settle down your team. Take that donut off the board. Put those points on the board. Give you know what I'm saying? Like help your team out. Like I now if this was the Bills, I can get that. That's a veteran team. This a young team. As far as playoff experience wise. You got to help your team out, man. Put them in better situations. You know what I'm saying? Don't take points off the board, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like if they kick that field goal in the first quarter, the game completely changes.
I gotta agree with Certified on this because, like, if you look at the situation, like they got the ball because like they just scored a touchdown, right? It was 7-3, and they kick it off, and Ray Davis fumbles it, right? And so they're already up 7-3, and they driving, right? And so to me, them going for it, like at that particular time, I just don't like it, man, because I just think you got to score points. Like I think it's all about putting points up on the board. Um, and I mean, especially for a younger team, I just think you need to get as many points as you can against the Bills as quickly as possible because you want the Bills to get out. Like you want them to feel like they need to start pressing, they need to start throwing it instead of running it because obviously the Bills' strength is running the football. I mean, like they have the rushing leader, James Cook, on their team. And let's face it, like their wide receiver room is not that good. I mean, I'm gonna call a spade a spade. And I think when they went for it and they didn't get it, instead of continuing the momentum in terms of kicking the field goal, which they got one of the better kickers in the league, and they get stopped, it gives the momentum to the Bills. And then when the Bills got the ball back, they drove downward on a 90-yard drive and scored a touchdown. So I just think, I mean, what you talk about is a 10-point swing. So I mean, I just think they gave them momentum to Buffalo, and then at that point, the rest of the game was a close game. It was never more than a 7. I think it was never more than a 3 or 4 point ball game the rest of the game. And so from that aspect of it, I just did not like the call. I just thought they should have kicked the field goal and just got more points.
So
kind of on the same side, watching the game. Oh, go ahead, Pop.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say I agree. Like, especially in the playoffs, points are hard to come by, and you're in the position to even get 3 points. Take the three, because all you just keep stacking up them points. Because you never know. Like, say you end up missing an extra point, or you miss a field goal, or you don't get the touchdown right at 4th and goal, so you turn over on downs. Like that little bit of cushion you gave yourself ain't gonna break you later on in the game. So I'm always about getting as many points on the board as you can when you can.
Yeah, watching the game, like in that moment, kind of like looking at how the momentum was, seeing like the Bills kind of like it kind of was on the ropes a little bit. Like looking at how JMIK just said it, like if you kick that, they kind of wasn't getting the offense rolling like that. You kick that, you go up 7. You know what I mean? I think that gives you like the momentum, the swing, the you know what I mean, like the energy to kind of go back. Like when you go out there after a miss like that, and then they go down and score, it kind of like demoralizes the team. Like the energy's gone. Like everything we just kind of built on, we was kind of in that emotional like, oh, we finna go up 7. Like more than likely you on the sideline saying we finna go up 10, right? And then you like, all right, well we ain't scored, we finna go up 7. Like, all right, and then you don't go up 7. It's like, all right, now we just gave them the opportunity to beat us, and then they go down and score. And then I'm not sure, but I want to say like Jacksonville even answered the next drive, but it's like if you
No,
had
they
scored
didn't.
on the previous drive, they did. It was how many drives was it? 1 or 2?
I mean, yeah. So the very next drive, they went 3 and out, and then the Bills got the ball back. They had the ball for like 7, 8 plays, and then they punted, and then it was the last drive before the half, and then they, like their field goal kicker missed the kick before the half.
The miss. That was the miss. That's what I was saying. I was going to say the miss. I thought they answered back with a good drive, and I was going to say the miss, but it was the next series. But
it was
even yet, still like like you put your team in like a close situation where I think going in the half you should be going up. You know what I mean? If minimum 13 to 10, you go in the half down. Like I think it killed like the game plan. Like now you got a new game plan come out of the half because you're down. You got to play a different little bit of ball game because we got to play catch up. And they not really giving us a lot of drives. The Bills not really giving the ball away. They're not really making a lot of. They just 3 and out, and then they putting us back in field position. That's another thing I think about Dre when I look at stuff like that. Like if we going for it on fourth, if we going for it in that situation, I have to trust that my defense is gonna get us the field position back. I gotta trust that. Okay, if I do give up this fourth, can my defense get a stop and they punt from their side of the field and give me a good spot? And at the time, like. Maybe you thought that it didn't work. You know what I mean? And I agree with Dre on I wouldn't have called Trevor Lawrence running anything at that moment.
Yeah.
You'd been put it in somebody's hands to go get it. If Travis Etienne, whatever, it wouldn't have been him.
I didn't like the decision or the play call at all. Like it. I just feel like his number one job should be protecting Trevor. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have the resume where I feel comfortable putting him in a position to do that. If that was Stafford,
Wait a minute, sir. What? Did I hear protecting Trevor?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I mean, bro, I already said, bro, we gotta. I'm just being fair, though. We have to accept. We have to accept what Trevor Lawrence is. Okay, he is not what they projected him to be. Okay, he's had moments without the season where he's spiked, but I feel like right now his ceiling is a top 7-8 game manager.
See, I just think people use like the problem with what you just said. When you say game manager, people will take offense to that though. I don't understand it because like sometimes even with the top 4 or 5 quarterbacks in the league, there are points in the game where they are managing the game. I mean, that's the job of a quarterback, but people just take that shit to an offense. Like you call it like it's like you calling them ugly or something. Like it's a bad connotation.
I'm not.
They take the connotation as when you say game manager. Now, this is me personally. Like when I hear game manager, I think a check down merchant, somebody that's not trying to go. He's adverse. He's making all the clean, old school plays. I'm gonna dump it to the flats. I'm gonna dump it right here. I'm gonna do this. I'm never taking it. That's how when I'm talking to people and they get offended. That's how I feel. That's why they take the offense. Like I'm not saying he can't put the ball in the field. I'm not saying he won't take a shot. I'm not saying he can't complete a 40-yard, 50-yard bomb. But what I'm saying is when the game is in its best flow, when he's protecting the rock, he's taking the clean plays, he's taking the high percentage throws. People take offense to it. They don't want to put the context behind it. And if you are a game manager, you're taking high percentage throws. Most of the people you call game managers have 60 plus completion percentage because they're not putting the ball in harm's way. They don't have 30 turnovers in a season. They got 15, 10. But they might not have 40 touchdowns.
And I mean, this might be controversial, but the best quarterback in the league, the majority of the game, is a game manager. And I know a lot of Chiefs fans don't want to hear that, but the majority of the game, he's managing the game until it's time in the fourth quarter for him to actually make game-changing plays. Then he gets out of himself and is not a game manager anymore, and then he changes the game. So that's what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with – there's certain points of the game where you just have to manage the game. Like, that's the quarterback's job. And then when it comes winning time to win the game, go ahead and win the game.
Yeah.
But
I was just having this conversation the other day with a couple of people about game manager and game changer, and a lot of people are probably about to disagree with what I'm about to say, but I feel like Tom Brady's a game manager. I think he's an elite game manager, and I still think he's the greatest quarterback of all time. But I think the way he plays the football game, and we should have this conversation in depth one day, but I think he was a game manager in style of how he plays the game. I wouldn't classify him as being like a game
his skill level as a game manager. His style was game manager.
Drake just gave me the analogy.
manager.
Dre just gave me an analogy. People take Alex Smith and say that's the only game manager instead of putting other guys in that realm. Because he just said it. Tom Brady is the greatest game manager probably all time, right? But when you hear game manager, people automatically say Alex Smith.
They
And it's like,
cringe.
there was
Yeah.
Tom Brady. Then, like, what?
I mean,
They
Tom Brady
look at it like a
definitely.
derogatory term when it's,
Yeah.
for me, it's just a classification on how a guy plays the football game. I look at it, to me, there's two classifications, right? There's the guys that are doing more stuff off script. It's harder to game plan for what they do, like what their superpower is, because you can do everything right and they'll still make you wrong. I think the game managers are the guys that within the system, like they're going to do everything right. It's not a bad thing, but they're going to keep you on schedule. You're not going to get behind the sticks, and they're just going to make the right play for you 9 times out of 10. I think that's the difference to me. Whereas like a game changer, you're going to get those amazing plays, but you might also get a sack where a guy loses 15 yards, right? Or he might throw a ball somewhere where, I mean, it ends up being a pick, but in another situation, your guy comes up with it. Like they take more risks, I feel like. I don't think the game managers do that as much. I think they just take care of the football and they'll never be the reason you lose. But sometimes they are the reason that you're winning. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes it's other guys. Sometimes they are the reason, though.
That's Jalen Hurts to me. Like
I
he's
think
not
Jalen
a
Hurts is a game manager,
yeah,
yes.
he's
To me, he
and I don't
is.
think there's nothing wrong with that because he
Mm.
doesn't hurt his team, right? He tries to protect the ball, and I think he's gotten better with his turnovers over the years, right? And he's not going to be the reason why the Eagles always win games, but they're going to win games because he's doing well
His
enough
job.
for them to continue to stack points and, you know, letting the defense do what it needs to do. So to
Yeah.
me, you know, and he does it at a high level. And I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that.
Yeah, I agree. The Eagles ask him to do X, Y, and Z, and he excels at that. And they don't ask him to do EDF. They don't. They don't ask him to do things that he's not good at. And they put him in positions to do things that he's good, and that's all he does.
But also having him allows them to do certain things that other quarterbacks, like the tush push, you're not
Hmm.
doing that with everybody.
Yeah.
The reason that the Eagles can do it and do it at the clip that they're able to do it, or for the length that they're able to do it, right? Because they've been doing it for a while now. That would usually take a big toll on a quarterback. But Jalen Hurts is just built different, right? Like we've all heard the stories about him squatting and all that stuff. Like he's
Yeah.
just built different. He's able to do that just because of his build. So, like, I
Hey,
think
we got
it's the
some.
perfect marriage.
Yeah, I don't want to interrupt, but we got some breaking news. The Chargers have fired offensive coordinator Greg Roman like 3 minutes ago.
Ah, we was talking about last night,
Oh,
wasn't we? We was talking
Yeah,
about that
yeah.
I
last
don't like
night.
that. I don't like that. I don't like
Nah,
that.
it's
Yeah.
That
time
I
to
don't
go,
like.
dog. It's time to go, bro. It's time to
I
No,
go.
don't like that
because
though because
sir, I recall and I think it was GIB last night when I was
Hmm.
listening to y'all speak and y'all were talking about will Will Harbaugh hold on to Greg Roman, right?
Hmm.
Another year, which kind of was his issue when he was with y'all, right? Like he just was being way too loyal to some of the guys he had on his staff and he wasn't really gonna make a change. And I heard some different opinions, like yo, Greg Roman should stay because he's not the sole issue. But I also heard, them talking about yo, if John wants to keep his job, he might have to let Buddy go.
Well, for me, man, I was talking about how his first job was with us as far as NFL. No development of the quarterback position. Kaepernick or Allen. I got a call. Also, there was no development in the passing game, period, across the board. San Francisco, Baltimore, or San Diego. And I just feel like I said last night, San Diego, I mean, the Chargers was so banged up. They didn't change their offense. And Coach B agreed with me. Like some folks was like, well, he didn't have his guys. And I was like, bro, we don't have our guys in San Francisco. We're a run first team and we're third in passing. Okay. You have to make adjustments. You have to figure out how to help out your guy. Greg Roman has never helped out Justin Herbert at all. You know, when players go down or things don't go right, there's no adjustment. It's just Justin, what can you do to save us? So it's time for Greg to go, man. He should be a run game coordinator, and he's really good at that.
He
Yeah,
can
I
come to New
Oh,
York with
agree.
Harbaugh and be our
No,
run game
I
coordinator.
agree with that sentiment, and I'll just bring up because this is the game where it really got pointed out to me. When the Chargers played the Eagles in the regular season, and this offensive line is backups upon backups. Like you don't have one starter, and you're trying to have this line hold up for long developing plays down the field. Why are you doing that? Because now Justin Herbert is having to hold the ball just a little bit longer, but these guys are not being able to block these elite rushers, right? That's coming at him. So the ball's getting snapped. You're having Carter. You're having at times you will have N'Kobe Dean, Jordan Davis, like all the people on the Eagles line is like they're able to come through the gaps. But you're not adjusting your play calling to get the ball out faster for Herbert to not have this line try to hold up so long in pass protection.
I just didn't think we was as close to it. I thought they was gonna give him another year. And Coach B was like, get his ass out of there. I want him out. I want him out now. I'm like, well, you might have to sit through another year, but do
But
what
I'm
you got
pretty
to do.
sure the front office went to him. It's just like, yo, you got to fire this dude, man. This not working.
Yeah.
And people put Justin
hey,
Herbert in the top five conversations all the time. And like a lot of time with these head coaches, when they tell you got to fire a coordinator, you don't fire the coordinator. 9 times out of 10, if you don't do what they're trying to tell you to do, they're gonna fire you.
why my coordinator still got a job?
Uh,
Well,
He did a
I,
worse job than Greg Roman. And
Man,
this and
why?
this
How you
this
gonna make this
still got a
about
job.
you, brother?
hey, look, we
Because,
still got to talk
bruh,
about y'all. Look, we'll talk about that because we got to get to y'all too.
no, I
Because
got that's a serious. I'm asking a
Smitty,
serious question. This man is fired less than how many hours from their game, and my quarterback,
I mean, the
my
game
OC
was. I
still
mean,
sitting
look,
there.
I
because
mean,
you're
what
keeping Patulo. Get used to it.
and we played them the
If
same day
we
that
keep
y'all
Kevin Patullo, I'm taking a year
played the
off.
Seahawks, though. It was the same
Yeah,
day.
they keeping Patulo and Harbaugh to New York. Oh yeah, come
I'm
on,
taking a
man. It's
year off.
all
But
lining up,
I'm
man.
taking a
It's
year off.
all lining up.
but
This man
nah, I
still
just
got a job.
like, and I mean, like, I just think it was bad, man. Like to me, like, and I said it to my own fan base in the group chat during the game. I'm like, if I was Greg during that game, in the first half or the first quarter, we weren't giving up anything in the run game. And I said it multiple times in spaces yesterday. I would have went out there every down in 4 and 5 wide receiver sets, spread my defense out, and see what they could do. Because if you run them kind of formations, you can't just send all out blitzes. It's not possible. But I mean, but when you have more tight ends on the field, and stuff like that, like you're just allowing Greg Roman allowed my DC to be able to blitz them like he did in the second half, and that's what he allowed him to do,
So
and that's what we did, and we were successful.
Real
So
quick, the Chargers also fired O-line coach Mike Devlin.
Mm.
see, I don't
Well,
agree with that though, because it's like I mean, they had injuries on the O line, so like they did the best they could. To me,
since we're here, I guess we can ask the second question of the day, right?
That muddies up the market, don't it?
What's the bigger long-term concern for the Chargers? Should they be concerned about Justin Herbert or Harbaugh, or is it neither?
For me, it's neither. Um, I think the issue is GM per se, because I feel like they haven't addressed all the personnel needs. And it could just be my bias on how I feel a team should be built. Like I feel teams should be built inside out. You address the lines and then you work your way out. Um, I do think that they did get like a stout pick with all, but to me, they've been patchworking the interior of that offensive line for the last 4 years, and you haven't really truly addressed those needs. And you don't have the depth either. If a guy goes down, you're down to your backup, but your backup is not like the quality, the drop off is so severe. And to me, I think John Harbaugh has done well. He's got this team to the playoffs twice. He's been able to coach up this team. Herbert, to me, he continues to grow. But I will say this, there's going to come a point in time, there can be no more bell given to Herbert and his inability to get it done in the playoffs.
I'm glad you said that, because now we get to the part of the conversation that I want to get to. Justin Herbert is a fraud.
Oh my God.
Justin Herbert is exactly what I thought he was, an Oregon quarterback. Because Oregon quarterbacks don't win nothing, right? Oregon, they don't win in college. They don't win in the NFL. You can't take them serious. He went from a losing organization here to another losing organization there. Shout out to the Chargers. They're never going to do anything. And look, Harbaugh's a good coach, right?
Is he?
Yes, he is a good coach. We'll get there in a second, but to me, Harbaugh's a good coach. And I feel like these same excuses get made for Justin Herbert. Doesn't matter who the head coach is, who the GM is, who the injured players are every year. Every year I hear about, oh, this guy got hurt for the Chargers. So, you can't really blame it on the. Look, come on, man. Justin Herbert has more playoff appearances than he has playoff touchdowns. At some point, I expect more. I just do. Daniel Jones has more playoff touchdowns than Justin Herbert. He's only been to the playoffs once, JMIK.
See, I don't want to slander Herbert, but I have to say that there's this other stat going around that the wide
do
receiver
it,
for the 49ers.
Oh man.
Jennings and Justin Herbert have the same amount of passing touchdowns, which is
In the
2.
playoffs.
In the playoffs, which is 2. And I'm not even trying to. I'm just giving you facts. Now, however you use them facts is up to you and the audience. You can use them however you see fit. The way I view it, I mean, Harbaugh's he stamped himself as a good coach, man. Like he coached the 49ers, then he left. He went to Michigan. He won the championship there. Now he's come back to the league and try to win again. So I can't say he a bad head coach. He's not. So I think it's kind of like you got option A and B, and I think it's a little bit in between. So I don't think Harbaugh, like I don't view him as like one of the greatest coaches of all time or anything. So I think he does have some kind of flaws in his system or whatever. But then also look at Herbert, like you know what I'm saying? Like you've given 2 quarterbacks that played their first playoff game wins, which is Drake May and Trevor Lawrence. The Trevor Lawrence joint, I'll give him bail on that one because the defense did a lot for him, and I mean, he got short fields and he scored touchdowns, and they end up giving that 20-point lead up in the second half because they couldn't run the football. So I'll give him bail on that one. I can't give him bail for the Texas game last year. Like he threw 4 picks. So objectively, if I look at it, he really responsible for 2 of them joints because 2 of them joints was bad. The other 2 was like tip balls or whatever. So I'm not gonna fully blame him for that. And then the game on Sunday wasn't good, man. I've watched some of the tape already. I mean, he missed a couple throws in that game. There were some throws that he could have made, and that could have made a difference in the game. So I can't really give him bail yesterday either. I just think it comes down to the fact that the next time he makes the playoffs, I mean, I don't care how, nigga, we don't care how you win. When it comes to you don't care about the context, you don't care about 400 yards, 4 touchdowns. We don't care about that. Just win the game. And so I think if he make the playoffs next year and they don't win and he loses again, I mean, he doesn't have any excuses. He got to get slandered, and that's the way it goes.
So for me to answer your question,
last year too, though.
To answer your question,
back a year.
I feel like this is the season where we can't shoot Harbaugh no more bail. Okay, all right. He's supposed to be this offensive guru. They call him a quarterback guru. I don't know why. I have no idea. I'm glad they stopped, but they did. He didn't develop anybody in San Francisco. Okay. It took him almost a decade to win in Michigan. All right. He has a top five talent. He has done nothing to help them. The only thing that's helped them is drafting in the first round. Where's the development of the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh round players from Jim Harbaugh? When is he going to do something other than, regurgitate his daddy's old speeches to help his team, to help his quarterback? Show me what he's done other than put his name on somebody else's homework.
The man's been with the Chargers for 2 years now. Why we
Okay.
why we acting like that man been there for 5 years? Like
No, I'm not
development,
acting like that,
we
brother.
gotta give players to time to develop though.
When?
You can't we can't talk about where's the development when his first class is in their sophomore season. Like they just finished their sophomore season.
Okay. And I
Come
named
on,
all
like,
first
we
round
can't get
picks.
there yet.
I named all first round picks.
He's only been there for 2 years though. So,
Okay.
like, give that man. Like,
All
can
right.
we
But
see
But
what
but
he's
his
that's
talking about
first
the
not
class looks
totality,
like
though.
next year?
I'm
Totality.
talking but I talked about all of it. They praised this man to the heavens. Okay. I'm just like at some point in time, we're gonna have to put Harbaugh in that boat with Justin Herbert. They are both underachieving. Like we gotta start having that conversation, man. We gotta stop. He's a great football coach. What has he done that's great?
Mhm. I see your point.
I mean, if you talk
Like,
about the NFL, I mean, he's never won a championship in the NFL. If you just talk about coaching in general, like he's won at the highest level in college football. So you can at least say that. I mean, he built Michigan up from a program that really wasn't
Hmm.
doing anything, and then he built them up, and then they won, and they lost, and then they
Hmm.
left. So
Okay.
I give
did
him
he
that,
build
but at the
Michigan
NFL
So
up
level,
so but
or
let's
did he
let's be
kill the
honest about the
program?
situation.
well, I mean, when he left, he kind of killed the
Alabama,
program.
Alabama
He
had a
killed that
down
program,
season.
man.
I mean, but he
Georgia
built it up
was
too, though.
down, a down
He
season as
didn't
well.
build it up. He
Ohio
cheated
State
his way
was
up the
down.
ladder.
LSU was down. You know what I'm saying? They happen to be a flash in the pan at the right time.
No, that's not fair.
Now, how long
Nah,
was
they
he
want
at
to.
Michigan?
That's not fair. It
Nah, he
wasn't a
wasn't a flash in
flash
the
in the
pan,
pan.
though.
But
So what happened the year before and the year
but
after?
I will say,
I mean,
He
the
was
year
there
I mean,
before, I
nine years,
believe.
right?
that's the
Yeah,
year
but the
before
year
they made the
before the
playoffs.
championship, I mean, like they made the playoff and they just lost to TCU. That was, I
Yeah.
believe, that was the year they lost to TCU.
Yeah, they did lose to TCU that year. Like, I mean, I wouldn't
TCU
say it
had
was
their
a
way with them that
flash
game,
in
did
the
they not?
pan that one season because Michigan absolutely dominated in that national championship game. Like, it is what it
So
is.
you
And they
talking
beat
about the
us
one
too.
season that I'm talking about?
But yes, they dominated that national championship game.
Wait a minute, I said one season, and then you say you
But
can't say one season and
it
mention the
wasn't
one
just a
season that
flash
I
in the
mentioned.
pan. What I'm saying is it wasn't a flash in the pan because the year before they did make the playoff and
Okay.
they were on an upwards trajectory.
What happened
Now,
against
if you
TCU?
wanted to say something, what you could say is people were talking about Harbaugh potentially getting fired at Michigan
Because he had been there
until
how long?
until until Connor Stallions got on that team and started
Right.
doing a
So
little bit
how
of bad
you're
scouting for the
proving my
team. So,
point, brother? You just said they was talking about this man getting fired because he was underachieving. Then he had to bring somebody in to save him, and it was one season. And then they found out that he was cheating, and he ran to the NFL when he's underachieving again. He didn't draft nobody in San Francisco.
I mean,
We
to be
gonna we
fair,
gonna give
sir,
him bail for Alden Smith?
cheating or not, it's impressive. He won with JJ McCarthy as his quarterback.
Listen,
Like,
brother,
I feel like you kind of got to cheat to win with JJ as your quarterback.
listen.
How do you expect somebody
Listen,
to
bro.
win
Let's
with
stay
that
on
quarterback?
subject, good brother. Jim Harbaugh has been labeled a great coach, and he has nothing great on his resume. So he needs to be sitting beside Justin Herbert the next time motherfuckers start slinging shots next season. They need to be joined at the hip. Because Greg Roman ain't taking no more shots for you, brother. He's gone now.
What you think, Smitty?
Hold on. Wait. All right. I muted up. I was gonna listen, you know what I mean? But when you look at like the totality of like the situation, like Jim Harbaugh, Justin Herbert, I agree with certified to an extent, right? I believe at this point, right now, as far as NFL resume, Jim and Justin are no different. They have not separated themselves as, oh, this is his fault. We lost. It's his fault. No. When we throw it in the pot, I think you throw both names in. But I think long term, you probably tied to Justin longer than you are Jim. I'm gonna go with probably it being Justin. Justin has showed me over 3 playoff games he doesn't show up, and they didn't win again. Common denominator in that playoff game, Justin Herbert. Like Jim wasn't there for the other 2 where he lost. You know what I mean? He wasn't there. Well, he was there last year with the 4 interceptions, but then the one that, you know what I mean, when they played the Jags, you didn't have Jim to blame for that one. He came out and choked that one away. And I mean, I know JMIK said he's gonna throw him a little bell, but I mean, you barely completed the pass in the second half. You look like what they say Jalen Hurts been looking like the last 4 or 5 weeks in that second half of the game. So it's like when I look at it, Jim has had a semblance of success. He hasn't finished at the pinnacle, right? He was at least able to will a team that he took over to that spot. I haven't seen Justin even get a win. I haven't seen Justin show up in any of those playoff games that they've played so far. And I mean, when I look at it from that perspective, like at least Jim did something. Justin is really being talked about right now as going out like Dan Marino without the playoff wins. So I mean, when you look at it from that perspective, they're saying he's going to be one of the greatest passers, and they say he's going to be worse because he might never win one. And that's where we at with what, year 7, year 8, like year 7, right? We're going into year 7 of Justin, right?
7? No.
Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I think this is year 6.
It's either 6. It's either 6 or 7 because he's already got.
Oh, this was 6
already.
I thought this was 5. Yeah, I thought this was 6.
Definitely not 5. It's not 5. It's more than that.
It's been 7 years.
It might be. He might be going into a 7th year next year. He already got his. Hold on. I can look it up.
7 coming up. If I'm
I think next year is the 7th year.
Okay.
So he got drafted contract. Yeah, he got drafted in 2020. So next year is the 7th year.
So you're going to year 7, and I mean, not one yet. So I mean, and then I don't know, bro. Like he gets so much bail, and it's like JMIK said what people said last year. Like next year, bro, he got to go in there and show up. Like he threw 4 interceptions. He got to come back next year and be the reason why the team is in the game. And then he came back and did not do that. He in the same boat he was in 2 years ago when he had lost the game to the Jags, and we was like, next year we got to do it again.
I mean, the one thing I will say is the one part about this whole equation I don't give bail to the Chargers on is they had a choice in Week 18, right? And I like some people know, some people don't. They chose the Patriots. They felt like that was going to be the easier matchup than just winning the game and being able to face the Steelers, which I don't even understand. To me, and like no cap to all the still people I know, but like if you give me a choice between playing the Steelers or the Patriots, I'm picking the Steelers because they haven't won a playoff game in almost 10 years. So I'm picking them. But for some reason, the Chargers felt like the Patriots were the better matchup. And so I can't give you bail for that. Like he could be sitting here with a playoff win beating Pittsburgh, and we wouldn't even be talking about this. But they chose the path that they went on. And so that's the one part about this whole equation I didn't mention earlier that I can't give nobody bail. I can't give Harbaugh bail, can't give the GM bail or Justin Herbert bail because they chose this path. And I mean, like it's like a plane that like takes off and they ain't got enough gas to get to their destination and they crash. And that's kind of how I view it. Like in this, like what I'm saying right now. So that's the part of the equation I can't give them bail on. They chose the Patriots, and they only scored 3 points.
See, now hear me out, Mick. Like what you just said, motherfuckers will sit here and look at Jim Harbaugh make the decision to choose the Patriots, you know what I'm saying, over Pittsburgh, but they'll still point the finger at Justin.
That's a valid
So
point.
before we get too
Can
deep
be
into that
true.
conversation, that is one of the topics. Let's go ahead and ask the question, put it on the table. Is resting starters late in the season actually counterproductive? I think we should add another caveat, especially when playoff seeding is still in the air.
I think it depends on the team.
Because I can understand it, sir. Sir, this is why I say this, right? Why I added the positioning, because I can understand you resting your starters and you can't move anywhere. Like you locked up, win, lose, draw. You don't move up or down. You stuck at 3, you stuck at 4, wherever you at. If you can't move, you may get away with it, right? Especially if your team come out and they hit. But if you rest them in that situation and you come out flat, you come out and get punched on, you know what I mean? Then it shows that your team wasn't in a position to be resting. Like I feel like it's almost like the flow of the season tells you whether or not you are prepared for rest.
Yeah.
If we, you know what I mean, 12-5, 11-6, 10. I think those teams, even my team, bro, I include my team. I think we should have played week 18. And it's just because we had no offensive identity going into the playoffs. We were struggling to figure out what we wanted to do. Did we want to run the pass the run? And then we got in the playoffs off of 2 weeks of rest and still had the same issue. You didn't figure anything out on the rest. You didn't figure anything out during the break. You were counterproductive. The JMIK just said it. The Chargers sat their starters and scored 3 points. You weren't being a great, you kind of were up and down team going into the last week of the season. You needed to build some continuity going into the playoffs, some steam behind your train, and instead you put the brakes on and got punched on. It don't make sense for certain teams to rest their starters. Last year when we did it, we were a hot team. I was okay with it. If you're not playing A1 10 out of 10 football, your starters need to be on that field. Yes, it's counterproductive for me.
I hear you, but I think it's kind of being, I don't know. I think it's not really giving a true reason on why the Chargers sat their starters. This has been an injury plagued team throughout the year. And I think with the thought process was to make sure we can make it into the playoffs as healthy as we possibly can and not lose any more players.
You know what? I understand that thought process in theory. My problem with that thought process is I can get hurt playing in a football game, but you know what I can also get hurt doing? Practicing for a football game. Like at some point, especially if I'm a professional football player, right? I'm gonna still need some kind of reps, either in a football game or in practice. I'm gonna need some reps to stay in shape, right? To stay ready, especially if we're talking about multiple weeks off in between the football game. I can get hurt preparing for the football game just like I can get hurt playing in a football game. I think playing is always the right thing to do because of the momentum that comes from playing in those games, right? Maybe I'm just saying that as a Giants fan because it's actually proven to work for us in the past, right? But JMIK, we played y'all in 07. Like, this is not a shot, but when we played them in 07, we had the opportunity to sit our starters in that game because we had already clinched our playoff spot. And we decided to play all of our guys against them to try to stop them from the undefeated season, right? We ended up losing that football game, but you know what happened in the process? Everybody on the team believed that if we saw them again, we would beat them. They built that confidence. It gave them a different type of swagger heading into the playoffs. They had that momentum on their side. They would have never had that, and I don't think we win the Super Bowl in 07 if we don't play against the Patriots last week of the season.
I agree with that.
So for me, I'm a proponent of always playing your guys.
See, I mean, my thing is, I actually agree with what Dre's saying because I just think, man, like you can't, like if a player gonna get hurt, bro, they gonna get hurt. Like it
Yeah.
don't matter whether you play them the last game of the season or not. Like I just think if they were gonna get hurt, then so you rest them the last game of the season and you play the wild card round and they get hurt anyways. So what is the difference? Like they stay at the end of at the end of the equation, the player still got hurt. So I feel as if I mean just play your players. I mean, because I mean, you never know what could happen. I mean, like you know, I mean, try some new plays last week of the season or whatever that find that there's, you know, I mean, some effectiveness with the new plays that you're just trying out in the game that really didn't really mean too much to you, and stuff like that. So I mean, I'm a proponent of playing because I just think I'd rather have a hot team going into the playoffs. You know, I mean, like you know, I mean, than a rested team. Because how many times have we seen teams rest players and then they lose in the wild card round and then the shit don't matter. So that's just the way I look at it. Like I just rather have to play my guys because, like Dre said, either you still got to practice, still got to play, and if you're going to tear ACL, bro, you're probably going to do that anyways. So I just
I hear all of that and I agree with that sentiment, except this like the teams y'all talking about are not going in with the fourth, fifth string offensive lineman. Like you're not playing with that type of handicap like these teams that y'all have brought up. So like I am hearing everything that y'all saying, and I do agree. I'm just saying it's specifically with the Chargers facing the offensive line issues that they had because I believe they went into that Patriots game with a new left tackle. Because that wasn't the guy that had been playing significant amount of time because the guy that had been playing had got hurt in the previous game. So I'm just saying when you're dealing with something like that, I can just see the thought process of let's make sure we like you're at the bottom of the barrel starting guys on that line now.
You know what the issue with that logic to me is, Pop? If I'm already playing the bottom of the barrel, does it make sense if this bottom of the barrel player gets hurt that I'm stressing replacing him with this bottom of the player, a barrel player? Like if bottom of the barrel is bottom of the barrel at that point. We're talking about back of the roster guys. I don't think it makes a huge difference at that point. Like your guys got to play football, especially in those situations. Because if you're a back of the roster guy that's filling in because of injury, because more and more guys get hurt, that tells me you already don't have enough reps. You need all the reps you can get. This is the playoffs. Like you get paid to play football.
Yeah, I'm hearing all of that, but I'm just of the opinion. I don't think playing the starters would change what happened in that game. That's just how I feel.
I mean that game with the Broncos. Like if we go back, I'm not just talking about the Patriots, but I'm talking about the Broncos. Their last game of the season. Like that was a close game, even with the backups in. And I mean, the Chargers had already beaten the Broncos already. I mean, Witt said, you know, like the two star tackles didn't play that game anyways because Slater got hurt in the preseason, and I don't believe Joe Alt was there for that game, and they still beat the Broncos. So, I
No,
mean,
Alt was there. Alt didn't go out until they played the Giants. That's when
and I
he
thought,
got injured. No, Alt when
okay,
Alt was playing, he got hurt against the Giants. I think it was like a high ankle or something. And then it just got exacerbated, I think, the following week after that Giants game. But Alt was there for their first 3 to 4 games of the
and I
season.
mean, because the reason I know about the Week 18 game was because both my game was at 425 and theirs was too. And I mean, you know, if you look at the score, it don't look good, but during the game, like the Broncos weren't blowing them out, like from what I saw. And so, like, if Justin Herbert's playing in place of Trey Lance, like I think they got a better chance to win. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna go matchup over rest. Like, I want the best matchup that I feel like I could win versus rest of my players because it's like the matchup to me is the most important thing. Like the matchup is going to determine how good I feel about I mean like my team going into the playoffs and me having to play the Steelers versus the Patriots. I'm like I said, I'm gonna choose the Steelers 10 times out of 10.
Well, to that point, JMIK, when
I
you
don't
look
think
at it,
they would have been at 5 though. They would have only been at 6 or 7. So they were playing the Patriots or the Jags. They wouldn't have been
Uh,
able to get to 5, which I believe where the Texans were.
no, I think they had the tiebreaker over the Texans. It's just that when they lost that last one, because I think going into that week they were the 5 seed, but if the Texans and the Bills won, they would go all the way to 7, and that's what happened. So they would have been 5. I'm almost certain of that.
because they lost and then the other teams won. It dropped
Yeah, it'd have
them.
been a
So
three-way tie.
And
look, if that's the
It'd have been a
case,
three-way
right?
tie. It'd have been Bills, Houston, and Chargers would have had all the same record. But I think if I was, I did see the post that JMIK made where Chargers on the tiebreaker, so they would have jumped both of them.
Okay.
With the
So
win.
in that case,
I'm
right?
trying to find the post.
We just got done talking about Justin Herbert and how he hasn't performed in the playoffs. Getting a playoff win is very good for your quarterback's confidence, right? Especially when he hasn't had one in his career yet.
Yeah.
You have a better chance doing that against the Patriots, right? So even in that scenario, like just play your guys, man. Play the guys, because I think that even if somebody goes down with injury, I could still argue you're in a better position in going into the playoffs playing the Steelers than playing against the Patriots, and we saw what happened. Like, let your quarterback build some confidence, and once he gets some confidence, who knows what happens at that point, right? But it has to start somewhere.
I kind of think it depends on the situation. Like where you are, your team, the opponent. Is it divisional? Is it somebody are they a playoff team? Because, like, for instance, in 2023, I wanted to sit week 18 when we played the Rams because we were already locked for the number one seed, but everybody suited up the first two drives. And then the starter sat down on offense. Um, if you got a veteran team, I don't really see a problem with it. But if you got a young team, I feel like it's a lot with it. Just like it's not just you getting a week off physically, preparation wise. You know what I'm saying? You're not preparing to start. You know what I'm saying? You're not preparing to go run no routes. You're not preparing to go through no reads. You're not preparing for no blocks or no stunts or nothing that. You know what I'm saying? So you're off a whole week mentally and physically. So you can't just. I don't think that the Chargers are a mature enough or veteran enough team to take a week off and then come and try to perform on the road in Gillette of all places. The Patriots is red hot. Why would you do that? So I'm not trying to sneak back to what I was saying. We got to put Harbaugh on that boat with Herbert.
I mean, you're not really sneaking back. You're just bringing up the fact that the head coach probably made a poor choice going into that Week 18 game.
Because I said it, man. I don't give a fuck how good your team is or how good your season is. You're not just going to go into Gillette and win a game. It doesn't work like that.
Well, look, speaking of putting guys in the same boat, let's switch over to a guy who just completely threw somebody off the boat. No life jacket, nothing. Just completely threw him off. And that was LaShawn McCoy, right? LaShawn McCoy had some comments, some things to say about Jalen Hurts and his inability to run a more complicated offense, if I worded that correctly, right?
Yeah, but that's what he said.
Yeah. So, I mean, Smitty, would you? I mean, obviously, you're the Eagles fan, right? We got to go to you first. How do you feel about LaShawn McCoy's?
The first thing I'm gonna do to debunk him is last year we were 7th in motion offense, if I'm not mistaken. 7th in most precinct motions last year. So I'm not saying he can't run it, right? But he also, it's comments he made, those comments from 2 days ago. So yesterday he gets on and he kind of like backtracks in a sense of what he said. So it's like he said something on the lines of like, after he watched the film from 2022 till now, we've been running the same offense. Jalen Hurts is only good at throwing the deep ball, but he needs him to be special in special moments. Like, I don't believe what he's saying, right? Because like we've seen Jalen Hurts run a multitude of different types of schemes. He's been good in some, he's been bad in some. I would say like from 2022 to 2023, two different systems, right? We were more of a spread offense in 23, no RPO, putting the ball at the field. He probably had his best passing numbers, right? But we went 11-6. The next year we ramped up the RPO a tad. We still was in the top of the league again. Like when I look at what Shady is saying, like the numbers of what we're doing just don't add up. And I felt like, you know what I mean, I hate to say it, but I felt like the clicks don't come in if he would have said Kevin Patullo. Everybody hates Kevin Patullo, but Jalen Hurts, you know what I mean, adds a little bit of emphasis to the game. If you really watch the tape, Jalen Hurts has ran 4 different forms of offense. He's been successful in 3. I don't know if what he's saying is true. I've also haven't had the opportunity to get somebody here that draws up anything exotic, anyways. So outside of Shane Steichen, that was the most exotic we got, and that was still similarly RPO heavy. You know what I mean? Use the quarterback as much in the run, and when they start bringing the safety down to account for the extra man, we put it over the top. So I mean, I think Jalen Hurts can run in this scheme you put in front of him, but that's me as a fan. Just looking at the tape though, like me and Certified I have many different conversations about Jalen Hurts, but it's never been that he can't read the field. It's more like he doesn't take risks. He's very turnover adverse. He's going to do everything he can not to put the ball in the defense hands. I think Shady was in his emotions, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it was a bit reactionary because what he's saying Jalen can't do, that was never really asked of him. You know what I'm saying? Like they won a Super Bowl last year with the formula, and he got away from the formula. So I don't know how, as much as shit as I talk about Jalen Hurts, man, people say I'm not fair. I think I'm fair. I have to be fair. I don't see how I could just put this on Jalen Hurts. You couldn't figure out how to use Saquon Barkley. You couldn't figure out how to use AJ Brown. You couldn't figure out how to use Smitty. You couldn't figure out how to use Goddard all at the same time. The guy last year did. So why are we asking Jalen to do something that we know that he can't do, that he wasn't asked to do? Why are we doing that now?
Yeah, I agree because I think this is something I brought up to Smith all season is if like I feel like that offense of the Eagles is struggling to find out their identity. And it's like I saw what your identity was last year, but I'm seeing this play calling and it's seeming like you're figuring it out as you're going. Like, okay, this worked. Okay, now let me try this. Let me try this. There was no continuity in any of the games that the Eagles played offensively that I saw any sort of progress. And so, like, to say Jalen Hurts can't do this, I just think that's being very disingenuous, especially on the talent that Jalen Hurts is. We saw him perform high levels before, but he's not asked to be this elite game changer. He's asked to just do what he needs to do, and he does it at a very efficient level. I think just this year, we're seeing the struggles that Patullo has had by being a play caller. And we've just watched it play out all season, including the last 2 minutes of that game against the Niners in the playoffs.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah. Um,
Bruh, listen,
when I
did
look
y'all
at
see the
it,
video circling around of Jalen Hurts and the backup quarterback looking at Kevin Patullo call that last play?
Yeah, I saw that shit.
Nah, I haven't seen that yet.
I
Have y'all
haven't
seen the
seen the
video
clip.
circulating? And Jalen looked at Nick and was like, Like, really, this what we
Fuck.
call it? Like, you ain't gonna change it? This what we going?
Yeah.
All right, well,
So-
all right. Even Tanner McKee, the backup, was looking at the play like, what?
Yeah, that shit was pretty bad.
Well, look, this is kind of my take on it. Instead of asking Jalen Hurts to do more, how about we ask AJ Brown to do his job?
That too.
Hey, we got more
Extra football.
breaking news. I don't
Oh,
mean to
shit.
interrupt. Mike Tomlin's running Pittsburgh is over.
What?
Oh,
But
look.
But I mean,
Sir.
wait.
Was it mutual or was it firing?
That's what. Let me get to it. Let me tell you.
Okay.
He was not fired. Mike Tomlin chose to step down as the head coach.
Oh.
So
Is
so
he staying with the
chose this.
organization?
Say what?
Is he staying with the organization? Oh.
No, they said he's stepping down as Steelers head coach. It
So
doesn't say if he's
is he
staying in the
on the market?
organization. Huh?
Is he on the market now? Because
Yeah,
if
he's
Tomlin's
not
on
the-
the market.
Yeah, he's not the coach and he's not the GM. They have their own GM. I think Amir Khan is the GM.
Yeah,
So
Americon
he's-
is the
so-
GM.
So he's a free man.
Hey,
Man,
so what I'm hearing
No,
is
he's not taking the job.
Calm
Hold
down,
on.
Dre.
Wait.
This
Wait,
part
Dre,
right
he
here.
is not
nigga,
taking the
hell,
job.
what is
This
this?
is
Come
exciting.
on,
Wait,
Calm
hold
down,
on,
Dre.
hold on.
Come on.
Hold on, though. Hold on, because according to reports from Tom Pelissero, he will not be taking the job in his upcoming carousel. He will be taking a break.
So you know what that means, right?
He
He's
will
gonna be on
taking
TV.
a break. He will be resigning to take a break.
I guarantee you he's gonna be on TV. I mean, for the 26-27
Yep.
season. I can guarantee you that. Because I mean,
that
people
means
love
Harbaugh's a
people.
giant still. That's okay. Yeah.
I mean, but the thing with Tomlin is people love his sound bites. So he's gonna. I got a good feeling he'll be good on TV. And so I would expect either like ESPN, CBS, or Fox to bring him on.
Brian Flores to the Steelers.
That's not gonna work. Oh,
Nah,
man.
I don't.
That he coached there though. That's a very good possibility. It's a very good. He's been there before as a defensive analyst.
Yeah,
It was after he sued the league. Tomlin
Yeah.
brought him on the staff, and he was over there before he went to the
He was
Vikings. So
there.
Yeah.
yeah.
And the way the Roonies
Maybe.
go, man, like I think they would, even though he's suing the league, I still think the Roonies would bring him in.
So what y'all think about OC?
agree. Smith gotta go.
What OC available to if that were to happen? What OC?
I think they're gonna bring in a defensive mind to be their head coach, man. That's just the Steelers, man. That's just their mindset. What I might want to do,
Flores would bring on to be the offensive coordinator, I'm not sure. But I know Arthur Smith is gone. That's what I do know.
Well, yeah,
don't
because
think
whoever
they
the head
want,
coach is gonna get hired, like he's gonna bring in his own guy. Like you're not just gonna continue with the staff that you already have. At least the offensive staff you already have.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, yeah, it's a new day in the NFL, man. I mean, Tomlin not with the Steelers, Harbaugh not with the Ravens.
Damn,
Yeah,
Tomlin
that
and
tells
Harbaugh
me
out of
is,
there. Same
J-Mick,
week.
all it tells me, the fact that he already came out and said he's not taking a job this cycle.
Why
and
you
he stepped
smiling
down,
so hard, brother?
that tells me Harbaugh is a giant.
God damn.
Because Harbaugh is a giant. I just look. My coach is better than your coach. I just need you to know that.
This nigga right here,
And look, we've been
bro.
talking about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts damn sure not better than Jackson Dart. So
What?
I'm gonna let y'all have it for now. But yeah, after what I seen this past weekend, hey, give me Dart.
I don't know,
What you
man.
think Dart be doing with them receivers out there?
Man, you put Dart with Patullo, he'll be the worst quarterback in the league.
Man, stop it. You give him Smitty, Smitty and AJ, he'll figure it out. Look what he was. Wandale Robinson,
He would've got fired.
5'8" wide receiver, was his wide receiver one this year, Smitty.
What that mean? Nobody expected y'all to do anything, right?
I mean, look, my quarterback cooked this year. My quarterback actually.
Oh man, hey, somebody watching the show and sent me a text. Hey, somebody watching the show and sent me a text. They said the problem with the term game manager is too many people weaponize it to say one quarterback is better than the other.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they use it as a derogatory term.
That's perfect.
Somebody just
Man.
text me
I
that. So
mean,
they
but
watching the show.
that's
Appreciate
real
you, bro.
shit though, because
Shout out to you, bro,
when
for
you have
watching the
these,
show, man.
but that's the truth though. When you be having these football arguments and you try to have have an on level conversation with somebody, and then they throw that in your face at your quarterback as a game manager, like, yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah, I agree. My quarterback is a game manager. He's one of the best in the league.
My
He needs
quarterback not a game manager.
your quarterback is irrelevant.
My quarterback a game changer.
He
changed the
he doesn't
game.
even get a label.
He about to
Because
change the league.
oh
He
my
about to change the
God,
league.
yo.
The excitement
Why is
rights
he
in New York
smiling
are
so
about to
hard,
change
yo?
the league. Yeah.
He act like
I
the
know. I
Giants just
see it.
interviewed Tomlin or something.
See it. No,
Oh
but
my.
the fact that Tomlin stepped away from the game for a year, all that does is tell me Harbaugh is a giant. Because if not, Tomlin would be a giant.
What? You doing your own math right now, brother.
Nah, you're not there yet. But look, end of the week, if not beginning of next week, Harbaugh is officially a giant.
I don't see it.
My owner went there to have lunch with him. He coming in this week to interview.
I don't know, man. Tennessee gonna give y'all a run for y'all money. You know, Atlanta there.
Stop it. Can't worry.
The Cardinals is there. And the Cardinals gonna let the coach get whatever they want, especially if it's like Harbaugh, Tomlin, or who
look,
else?
the people don't care about all these poverty teams that's not in the playoffs right now, sir. They don't care about the poverty teams like me and the Eagles and the Saints and all teams just sitting on the couch right now. They don't really.
What's poverty about? What? I'm not poverty. Sorry. I'm sorry. You won't put me in the same boat with you. I'm sorry. That won't happen. No.
Well, you and Cancun with me at least.
You will not put me in the same boat with the Giants.
No,
you're not. No, you have to make the playoffs to go to Cancun. You are in Myrtle Beach.
First of all, I forgot.
Oh, wow.
We're in Cancun. Y'all are in Cancun because I'm a Patriot. I'm still
oh my God. Oh my!
Look. We're not gonna do that, man. You's a giant. You're not a pay. I mean, you could
not for the playoffs. We not.
Oh my God!
I told you already, but I told you
I picked my playoff team, and my playoff team is the Patriots.
Hey, can I tell him?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is a sick Negro.
Look. I might just pop up on the show with a Patriot shirt on.
No.
See,
if you do that, then I'm gonna have to talk to some of my giant people on Twitter, man, apprise them of this current situation. And then you can support a team. I mean, like, for the people that's in the spaces. And we don't want you to be Lex, nigga. That's not what we want.
Oh no, never that. Well, first of all, my college football team actually knows how to win national championships. They got 100 jerseys and no natties over there, so don't. I could never be Lech.
I mean, what you're saying is Lech-like activities, though. That's what I'm saying. I ain't calling you Lech, but those is Lex.
Well, no, it's
like
just
activities.
For the playoffs, though. It's just for the playoffs. I gotta have some kind of skin in the game in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, you could pick a team to win, and that's it. That's what I've been the last 2 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm a Patriot for the playoffs.
I mean, I would have picks, and then I would pick teams to win. Don't mean that during the game I was,
I'm rooting for the Patriots to win the Super Bowl.
That.
You can't hate watch. That's
also I mean, that too. But I think
I wouldn't mind the Bills winning it either. Josh Allen finally getting the ring. I would love that. I mean,
that's funny because
that would be amazing.
Fans that don't want the Bills to win anything. From what I've heard and seen,
I don't have an issue with Josh Allen finally showing everybody how great he is and winning the Super Bowl. So I don't have an issue with that.
Oh my God!
Speaking of that, who is the hottest team in the AFC in the playoffs right now, and why is it the Buffalo Bills?
No, it's not the Buffalo Bills. It's the Texans to me. They currently have the longest winning streak in the league. The defense has been playing like lights out. To me, it's the Texans. I mean, I mean, I talked about earlier. The offense is not that great. I don't view it as this superior offense. But sometimes you don't need that. Sometimes you need an offense that does enough with a defense that dominant. So I'm going with the Texans.
It's the Buffalo
AFC.
Bills. I can tell you why. It's because they have the honor of playing against
I second that
Lech's
sentiment.
Denver Broncos.
I second that sentiment with JMIK. I like the Texans. I got the Texans very high on my list. With that defensive line, certified JMIK, Dre Pop. Y'all have always told me that good defense travels and it wins you championships. Them boys are playing with their hair on fire 60 minutes. Like, bro, Petrie, whoever, I knew who he was, but that dude that played last night, that was a different Petrie. He had emphasis on you not playing with me. If it come down in the box and I'm in the box, you not playing with me. You catch it and you in the box. You not. Listen, I hate to say it, but Nico Collins found out the hard way. Nico Collins found out the hard way. He got put on his face playing with Petrie.
They bring
Petrie different. I like
Houston
that
bring
defense.
their
I like what they
pads,
do.
dog. They bring their pads.
It was funny. Like I love Houston's defense because they hit hard. I love hard hitting defenses, and it's legal. It's all within the rules of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, I rock with the Tuscaloosa Texans. You know, they built by Bama, so you know I rock with them too. So, look, I got skin in the game a couple of different places, man.
You a nasty
Patriots,
Negro.
the Texans. I got Germany's team. Yeah, man. I'm gonna find a way to win.
Hey, Smitty, what's up with your man's, dog? Where he wilding right now?
Yeah. This is nasty work, man. I mean, sometimes you gotta just stick with one team and just, you know.
Hey, we're gonna call him. We're gonna call him. Red Eye. That boy might be Lech of the checkdown.
Oh,
I'm crying.
Hey, man. Who knows? Maybe I'll pop out as a Bills fan on the next episode.
Jesus Christ.
For me, man, I can't. I love what Houston has done, but CJ Stroud, dog, if he has 3 turnovers versus New England, they gonna get annihilated. I cannot go with Houston because that offense looks so bad for too long. They have short peaks and very long valleys. You know, I'm gonna go with the Patriots, man. I know they didn't play a clean game, but on both sides of the ball, well, all three phases of the ball, they stood they stood firm for 60 minutes and they got it done. You know, Drake May had 2 turnovers, and I still believed in the offense, even with the 2 offense, even with the 2 turnovers. I believed in the offense. It felt like Pittsburgh was about to flip that game, but the offense is so bad. They couldn't, man, you turn the ball over twice in the opposing red zone and you walk away with 6 points?
Yeah, that's pretty
What?
bad.
And one of them was inside the 10? What? All right.
It's the Bills. The Bills are the hottest team left
Oh
in the
my God.
AFC.
And one more piece of, like, not on this topic, but the Tomlin topic. Since he wasn't fired, the Steelers still own his rights. So it's like a Sean Payton situation.
Yeah, if he wants to go to another team, a team will
they're
have
gonna
to
have to trade
for him.
Which they'll get good compensation. So
they stormed off. I'm gonna say my hottest team. I agree with what Sir said. It's the Patriots to me. I think, especially like with Drake May not allowing his turnovers to shake him, and for him to continue to play his game and be efficient with it. I like the Patriots. I also think that defense, while not having the best pass rush, they were still able to disrupt Justin Herbert. They were still being very physical. They were able to deflect passes, lock up some of the key players um on that the Chargers have at times. So I like the Patriots moving forward in the playoffs. And I do think that was like a great win for a relatively young team. So I think the Patriots are the hottest team so far in the AFC.
It's the Buffalo Bills, and it's because they get to play the Denver Broncos this upcoming week. I don't believe in the Broncos whatsoever. I think they're absolute frauds. And I think the Bills have a clear path to playing JMIK in the AFC Championship game. And I mean, they got to have all the confidence in the world at that point, right? Like Josh Allen is the best quarterback remaining in the playoffs. You got the best quarterback remaining in the playoffs. You got one of the best running backs in all of football. That team is a tough out, and I think that win gave them some more confidence going forward. And beating Denver is going to give them even more. So I'm going with the Bills. The Bills are my hottest team in the AFC.
NFC next, right?
Yeah.
I can go first, man. I mean, for me, it's the Seahawks, man. Like the way they ended the season, the way that defense is playing, especially that front seven. I like it's gonna be hell to run against that defense. I don't see how you run against that defense, and then like they get pressure on the quarterback. I mean, you've seen in that game with San Francisco, like they pretty much San Francisco couldn't do anything in that game defensively. And offensively, you have JSN. Literally, you could call him the best wide receiver in the league this year. He was uncoverable. Yeah, I get it with the Sam Darnold stuff. People are gonna say he's not reliable. He chokes in the big moments, but that San Francisco game was a big moment, and he didn't nothing. He didn't choke. So as long as he plays average, I think that's a very dangerous team.
Right now, the hottest team in the playoffs, motherfucking San Francisco 49ers, man. Okay? We went up into the defending champs' house. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even have our guys. And what we do, body blow, body blow. Stay down low, nigga. Okay?
You muted, Dre.
There's no way you're serious, sir. A George Kittle-less 49ers team is
Hot like
supposed to
fire,
be the
son.
hottest team in the NFC in the playoffs.
Man, he's serious like a heart attack right now, man.
Hot like fire, son. And after we beat the Seahawks, Fred gonna come back. Y'all really gonna know what's what.
After you do what?
You heard me. We ain't never lost, and Brock Purdy don't lose in Seattle.
I
Okay?
need you to put that drink down, sir.
Brock Purdy don't lose in Seattle, brother.
Yeah, okay. Until he do.
Okay. Well, show me.
I agree with JMIK, man. It's the Seahawks. Seahawks are the hottest team.
You a hater.
And they're gonna unfortunately do disgusting things to Germany's team.
Oh wow.
It is what it is, man. How about you, Smitty?
Yeah, I can't not agree with that. I can't not agree with what y'all said about the Seahawks. The Bears, to me, obviously, I feel like how Dre feels about the Broncos is my feeling about the Bears. I just don't have that faith. I don't. I can't. It's just something deep down inside my soul that makes me not believe in them. I think when you look at it like the Rams, I guess you could put them in that conversation, right? You know what I mean? But when it comes down to me, it's like Rams Seahawks. I'm looking at the two. I mean, the last time I seen them face each other, obviously it was a regular season game. The Seahawks was playing the better football. I mean, the Seahawks are coming off a break, so I didn't get a chance to see them play this week. But I think it's the Seahawks too, man. I think the Seahawks, with what they have on offense and how they're able to, play the well as a unit, is not the greatest tandem of people on an offense, right? It's not a bunch of names, but the 3 or 4 guys they got that are the top names, they all play, well together. They all, gather around each other and lift each other to the pinnacle. And right now, like that's what you need in the playoffs. You need a team that can rally around one another and play well. And Seattle, to me, Have been playing well on both sides of the ball ending the season. I hope to see the same type of performance in the playoffs. But we do have to see, because the last time I seen a quarterback in the playoffs, it was a little iffy. It's a little iffy.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, Jamari said Tomlin fired. He stepped down, but imagine if I'd have told you before this season that at the end of the year, Zach Taylor would be the only coach left standing in that division.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I would have said you bugging, but here we are.
It doesn't even sound real. This is crazy.
I would have said, nah, he gonna be the first up out of there.
There's gonna be like this is a true shift in the NFL landscape. I think there's a true shift in the landscape of the NFL. We're seeing it right now. Like guys that have been head coaches my whole adult life, since I was in middle school, damn near. Well, yeah, since I was in middle school, a lot of these guys are now either getting other jobs, or we're talking about them retiring soon. Like NFL is going to be a different place a few years from now. But you know what's going to stay the same, though? The fact that the 49ers haven't won since before I was born. That's going to stay the same. That ain't going to change. That's going to stay the same. Oh, can't hear you.
Yeah.
My bad. I'm sorry. And another thing that's going to stay the same is you going to be in my rear view mirror, and I'm going to be waving at you where you've been your entire life. Hey, bud.
No. When Harbaugh
look at you.
Dart,
you almost made it.
Not one, not two, not three, but 4 Super Bowls together. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a glorious, glorious time, man. We got to go. I think we got about 8-9 years to win 4. So, I mean, every other year we just got to win. You know, if we go back to back, we might be able to expedite the process a little bit.
Dre, when we win this shit, are you going to support Germany's team and come on the show with your 49ers jersey?
If the 49ers win the Super Bowl, I will come on the show in a 49er shirt. Yes.
Clip that.
Yeah, clip that.
Clip that.
If they win the Super Bowl, I will come on here in a 49er shirt.
We gonna do Bang Bang Niner game together?
Well, first of all, pause, because that sounds crazy. I don't know what y'all like to do in San Francisco. Hey, yo. That Glock.
All right, well, I think that's the conclusion of our short wrap up the check down recap. Hey man, y'all tap in with us, stay tapped in. Hey, Pop, take us to the crib if you can.
Remember to follow the CheckDown YouTube page, follow the CheckDown NFL Twitter page, join the CheckDown NFL Twitter community. Always remember to tell a friend when we tap in with y'all this weekend at 11:15 Eastern Standard Time.
This is the CheckDown. No fluff. No filters. Just football.